Hey, what's going on, guys? Tony here, CCxRC, and on the bench I've got two cool new things for my boys and I to play with here. Little bitty, itty bitty RC car. This is the 1/18 scale 1RC Midget, the 2.0 version. I've been eyeballing these, specifically the sprint car, though I chose the Midget, and I'll tell you why in just a second. But I've been eyeballing these for a little while, and I started racing my 5th scale truck, and I started looking for a sprint car version, 5th scale, and I looked up Sprint RC, and I found this 1RC Racing. They had a sprint version of this, and that's what I was really interested in. But for my sons, I didn't want the fairing and all that extra stuff that might get damaged, flipping, crashing, all of that kind of stuff. And so I thought we'd start out with the little midget cars, see how they did. I'll probably get myself a sprint car eventually. But for now, we're going to do the midget car and have some fun. So we got a red one and a black one still in the box here, so we can unbox it for you guys, show you what it comes like in here. But we pulled one out because we had to see what they look like. Well, honestly, we pulled both of them out, but we opened this one more than this one. So let's go ahead and get on the other side of the camera there, and we'll open these up, talk about what you get inside. And they're definitely really cool. I dig it, and I think you guys will too. So let's do it. Alrighty, guys, so here is the red one. It's already unboxed. We'll move it out of the way. Just want to show you the boxing. They both show red cars on the box. This is the front of the package, showing them with the sticker package that they do come with included. And then here is the back side of it, and it's telling you a lot more about the car. On the top is where it tells you which color you picked, and so this was the black one right here. Also tells you all about what you get in the box. 1/18 Midget 2.0 full ball bearings, 2.4 gigahertz transmitter receiver. It has a standalone ESC and an updated servo, 8700 kV brushless motor, battery, and a charger for the NIM battery, 4 AA batteries, the manual, stickers, tools, that kind of stuff. Everything in here that you need to run this. So that's pretty cool. So let's move the red ones out of the way so that we can open up the black one and see exactly what you get in the package. All right, you guys have been waiting long enough. Talking too much. All right, opening the package. Here we see the car. It was zip tied to these two end pieces of foam, which we didn't realize at first, and actually pulled off the front bumper in the back here. They just kind of push in, and so it actually, I guess, allows a little bit of, you can see it pull out right here, just a little metal bar, and that can give you a little bit of relief, I guess, if you have it out, kind of act like a bumper. So I'll probably actually pull it out just a little bit, something to hit first, and then push in. Up close, everything's got to be like macro mode. You can see the little shocks here, lots of plastic, not adjustable up here on the front end as far as toe in, toe out, it doesn't look like. I don't think we're going to need to be doing a lot of that. We will take this off and actually look underneath to show you the electronics. It does come with it covered. The Lexan here has the wrap still on it, so the black will look a lot sharper here in just a second. There we go. Ooh la la. That's nice looking. It looks like it appears to have been taken off on the sides, probably because of all these different parts on it that would be really hard to pull it off over. Rear suspension here, you can see the offset on this is because it's meant to turn left. So you're going to be driving it like this, and so as it's cornering, it's going to want to push this way, and so you've got the weight on the inside. So just like these are set up in real life, you can see there's the little driver on the inside there. If I turn it this way, you can see a little better with the light. And so they added this little box up here, and I think partly that's to help the airflow, but it's also to allow room for the receiver to go and the cables to stick down into the receiver and make room for that. So these are all upgradable. You can buy them. I think it's 20 bucks if we need to replace all the metal parts on here. Everything else is quite a bit cheaper. Very good price points on all their stuff, I think. This runs $189, fully ready to run. And we'll keep looking at what you get, and then we'll take this apart and actually look at it on the inside. Not going to fully take it apart. One thing that I don't know if I mentioned, but this does come with bearings now in the wheels instead of the little bushings that they had. And so that's a nice upgrade that they've included. All right, further into the box. This is going to be all the extra stuff. Controller, charger, all that. I will show the red one too because it's a little bit easier maybe to see some of the stuff like the driver. You can see all the muffler details here, and the servos attaching here on the side and pushing from there. But suspension, everything looks really good. Cool metal rear. I don't know much about this actual class of race car. It's not something that I follow. Like some of you guys are really into all things racing. Here's the controller. It looks very much like one that I've gotten before with, I think it was one of the Cheetahs, the JLB cars. We have our manual here. It does have the adjustments for the shocks that you can stick in, the little shims, shock shims. Not thinking of the name of that at the moment. But in here you've got your batteries for your controller, 4 AA's, some tools, an Allen wrench, pretty much everything you need, and then this little charger to charge up your battery. I did not show the battery for the car. Those come inside. So we'll go ahead and show that now. You can also see on the bottom here is that 8700 kV motor. Tiny little guys. Borderline minuscule. It's so small. But they've got this, I mean, the rear axle, the detail that they've done to that's pretty cool, trying to make it look realistic in there. I like it. Here's the tiny little battery, 230 mAh, 4.8 volt. It's a 4-cell NIM battery, nickel metal hydride, JST connection on it. And so I think they say it takes about 30 minutes to charge with this charger. People that do a lot of drone stuff might have a little quick charger, rapid chargers for these as well. They do make a, this will only charge the 4-cell one. They do make a 5-cell for it that you can get, and that will not charge with that particular charger. Just going to pull this out of here. These come pre-bound. If you don't have it bound for some reason, there's directions in the manual that tell you how to bind it. So we're going to go ahead and just stick this down in here. I'm going to plug it in for now. There's enough juice on here. We should be able to just power it up and kind of take a little bit of a look at it. But again, your motor in there, and we will, like I said, take that off and take a look inside. In fact, let's use their wrench to do it. Don't need to use my fancy ones. Let's use what it came with. Maybe I should use my fancy one. 1.5 millimeter. This will just be a lot easier for me. Sorry. I recommend getting a nice wrench anyway. So if you have trouble like I was having with the wrench that comes with it, get one of these. Have a nice CCxRC mat, and your screw will stick down in there real nice and easy. All right. So there's the innards. Big receiver here. It has a 3rd channel that's not being used, which could be used for your timing system, which would be a great use for this. And then up here you've got your little ESC, which lights up as it's powered. You can see where these screws actually go through for the side fairing as well. There's one little screw as well that holds this. And so I should show, and I got to take these off too anyway. You can see how it clips on there. And then it actually hooks onto the long screws that are running inside the body there that are hard to see. And so you just kind of push this so it clips over those, and then you can just line it up. Just one screw. They make that so nice. I love it. I wish everything was just this easy to open up and look at. So we're going to just go ahead and button that back up. Not that it's going to show us a whole lot, but I'll go ahead and take the back one off as well. These are long screws. This does the same thing where it just kind of flips over. As you see, the back end here, just the axle, solid axle rear. Friction. Again, a lot of this shock and just the smoothness of the driving is just going to come from the tires absorbing. They're pretty soft and there's no foam, so they're just going to kind of soak up a lot of what you're hitting. Not a lot of weight, like I said, it's a very light car, and so that's where most of your shock absorption is going to come. The springs do seem to work all right though. They're pretty light springs, so that's nice. I'm really liking this. All right, felt snug. All right, so let's take a quick look inside of what came with it. It has a lot of stickers. You have to cut them out, but that's fine. You can get it all decaled out just how you want. Little helmet visors. A bunch of logos for different companies. Sponsor stickers that you can put all over the car. Anyway, I really like that they included this. Again, at the price point. All right, so the instructions are just kind of stapled together paper, which is fine. Grayscale, tells you what you need to know. There's nice pictures in here as well. Talking about charging your battery, how to plug it in, how to close it all up, the battery door. And they'll just kind of walk you through how to use it. So if you're new to it, the setup for the controller, which we actually haven't looked at yet, the different things that it has. So it does have some nice stuff. So the manual's nice that they include with it. But this does have steering trim, throttle trim, and it has dual rates. All right, so the instructions are just kind of stapled together paper, which is fine. Grayscale, tells you what you need to know. There's nice pictures in here as well. Talking about charging your battery, how to plug it in, how to close it all up, the battery door. And they'll just kind of walk you through how to use it. So if you're new to it, the setup for the controller, which we actually haven't looked at yet, the different things that it has. So it does have some nice stuff. So the manual's nice that they include with it. But this does have steering trim, throttle trim, and it has dual rates. And the dual rates, if you're new to RC, that's going to set how much the tires will turn. So if you have a low dual rate, it's only going to want to turn a little bit, which will help you if you really are hammering on this, but you're not very good at controlling. It won't make you turn too hard. I'm going to probably want as much as I can get out of this car. It doesn't seem like it has a ton. So I'm probably going to have that all the way up to 75 to 100% on the dual rate is my guess on this. Throttle trim, that's just literally to set the car when the battery's plugged in to make sure it doesn't drive away. And so you'll zero that out, as well as your steering trim to make the car drive straight. And you can adjust it here as you're first starting out. Throttle reverse, steering reverse, switches on the top. Once it's set, you don't really have to mess with these. And that's just if you pull the trigger and it goes in reverse. If you just hit the throttle reverse switch, it'll switch the way that the car and the transmitter talk to each other. Anyway, so that's that. So let's go ahead and put in the 4 AA batteries that are required, but came with it. Trying to be as thorough as we can for you guys. And we will definitely have some race footage with these, talk about our experiences with them. We know that you guys like that kind of stuff, so We're going to try and give you all the different things that you like on these. And there we go. Powered on. Beautiful. And so this one pairs to the black car. So I'm going to go ahead and turn it on. Hear how quick that is. That brushless motor is going to go pretty well. Ooh. Cool. All right. So just quickly show you though with the throttle adjustments here. Whoops, I just knocked that right off the controller. So if the throttle trim is turned too far one way, you can see the tires spinning and I'm not even holding the controller. So you just got to make sure that that is set to 0. Sometimes you get it where it's just a little bit off and it'll just be twitching, or you'll just see that there's a red light on your ESC, and that's telling you as well that it's engaging. So you just want to set that. As far as steering trim, you can see what it does right here. If I just turn the knob for the trim, I can set what 0 is and straighten those out so it'll drive straight. Then the dual rates, again, how much it'll turn. So that's 100. And so let's take it way low. You can see it barely turns now. Back up to 100, watch how far. See that? And so that's what your dual rate does. I'm gonna probably have mine set somewhere around 75, 80 for now. It still feels like it's pretty much 100. One thing I haven't mentioned yet is that it is 2-wheel drive, which is going to be fine for a vehicle like this, and everybody's going to be racing the same thing. So the class should be pretty good and should be pretty competitive in that way. So if everybody's running the same thing, you should be all right. But I really, really think that 1RC has done a bang-up job with these things. I really like them. I think you guys would too. And so we're going to get these out. We're going to do some racing with them. We're going to have a bunch of fun. And we're going to just see what we can figure out about these. Totally new. I got into the oval with the 5th scale. And now I'm kind of in love with it. And I didn't think I would be. But there's something just kind of, you know, you don't have to be super technical. It makes the field a little bit more even in that you're just all doing ovals. And it's still hard enough, you know, to keep up. And but you also get a lot more time to try and keep up. So we'll let you guys know what we find out about battery life. We'll try and get some kind of speed test on it if we can. Although that thing's so big on these, it would probably like slow it down a little bit. But these things, we're going to decal them out. We'll put some CCxRC logos here on the front and make them look tricked out. Get some other logos on here. All right, guys, so that is a look at the 1RC Racing 1/18th scale Midget 2.0. These things are super cool. They are 2-wheel drive, like I said, brushless motor, come with the battery pack, everything you need to run it, and I've heard that they're super quality. My friends mentioned that they had one. I didn't know that they had them or that a lot of people knew about these. These were new to me when I found out about them. And people saw me post on Instagram and they said, oh man, we've got these. These are super quality. You're going to love it. And so that makes me super happy to hear. And you know what, guys? You should go over and check out 1RC Racing's website. I think it's 1rc-racing.com. I'll put it on the screen for you guys. And check them out. You know, they don't know that I bought these and I'm doing a video, any of that. I just think that it's a quality looking product. And for the price, you know, I know it's hard to get into the business with all the competition out there and all the different niches and all that, but they have put together something really, really rock solid and awesome looking here. And we picked up 2 of them so we could start racing. I know that there's other shops that carry them. If you just Google 1RC Racing, you'll see the different companies that are also selling them as well in their stores, hobby shops, things like that. But there's actually a list of tracks and places that are doing racing, and so, you know, it's more widespread than I even knew about. But I do love these, and there's not a whole lot of videos on them, so we're hoping to get some more out. The ones I've watched have been really fun and really cool. Lots of racing videos of them in garages and small spaces, because these are pretty tiny, guys. I mean, they're the size of my hand, pretty much. So you can pretty much set it in your hand. So it's kind of like the size of a Kyosho Mini, a little bit taller, all that, but super fun. Anyway, guys, thanks for tuning in. As always, if you have questions, be sure to ask them down below. If you have comments, of course, do the same thing. Leave us a thumbs up if you like the video. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this and you aren't subscribed. We've got a lot of RC fun coming your way, guys. So much in the next couple months. Hopefully you'll hang with us through it, and you know, we'll kind of see some new stuff together. I'm looking forward to it and can't wait to make some of this stuff for you guys. Anyway, thanks for tuning in. As always, have fun RCing. Catch you next time.